Hello and welcome to Coffee with Carey. Thank you so much for being here today, for stopping by to be a part of the conversation. Please let me encourage you to subscribe to my channel if you would. You just have to hit that subscribe button down below. If you hit the ring bell right after that, that will send you an alert in YouTube every time I upload a new episode. Just subscribing really helps me out a lot with the algorithm, and it allows my videos to get pushed out to more people who could hopefully use the information. So it's free. Please do that for me if you could. Today I wanted to talk about a subject I've been procrastinating on for a while. Speaking about poking around or working your way around YouTube to see who else is out there. There are a couple sites out there that just make me so sad. You know, I really try to be positive and upbeat here on my channel. I think you can choose how you want to present information, right? We choose every day whether we're going to look, well, through our rose-colored glasses at the positive, or whether we want to choose to, woe is me, feel sorry for ourselves, see the negatives, choose to wallow in the negatives, think the worst of people, expect the worst in situations. That does not make for happy people. So I try to keep it positive here and be encouraging to you, because I truly believe that if your mind is going in that direction, that's where you're headed, towards positive, good things. But there are some people out there who have made a living, I would think, probably with as many followers as they have, and the comments I see in those comment sections just make me so sad. And what I'm talking about are some of these anti-woman, hateful, misogynistic channels where men can go if they're feeling sorry for themselves or dejected, and find another group of like-minded people who will help bring them down and place the blame on women instead of on anything that they may be doing or not doing, having tried to find a relationship with a woman up to that point. So I understand the appeal of a community, and I understand how cults happen. When you are not feeling strong and confident and you feel weak and without power, it's very easy to fall into a trap of buying into the hate, buying into that weakness and sense of powerlessness. But, you know, sometimes I wander into those sites and I read something and I just can't keep my mouth shut and I have to make a comment. And some of those people, because of that, have probably wandered onto my channel. And you can go look through all my, my comment sections. It'll take you a year. But, you know, sometimes somebody will pop over here and say something to me. They're usually not horribly rude. They're just, anti-woman, right? So I don't know how kind that can be when I'm of a gender that they don't particularly have respect for. But what I wanted to talk a little bit about was that some of you have made comments too when you see these comments, or because you've seen some of these places on the internet and wondered what the deal was and why this is happening and what does it mean. And I just wanted to talk about this briefly. I don't want to give them too much of our energy or our time, but just a little brief conversation. That's what we're talking about. I mean, I'm smart enough to know that arguing with somebody who has a completely different viewpoint and has been basically radicalized online is not going to get me anywhere. But I sometimes think that if I could just make one good point, especially some of these younger men, and I know what the issues are and how they find their way to these sites. It's a lot of the things I mentioned in the intro about feeling neglected and feeling lonely and feeling ostracized for some reason, or feeling not good enough or not worthy. There becomes like a desperation and a need for community and commiserating. And that's what you can find in some of these misogynistic sites. There are whole movements, right? I think the thing we need to be careful of if you ever are to engage in a conversation with any of these people is to realize that misogyny and white supremacy are very closely related. So know who you're talking to. They are very closely intertwined, because any type of extremism can lead into another type of extremism. You certainly don't want to waste your time with somebody who is hate all across the board. But I thought that sometimes I want to share that other people have felt a lot of the things they're feeling and have gone on to find somebody. I think part of the problem with some of these movements and these guys, and we're talking about like the incels, the MGTOWs, the men going their own way, the red pill people. I stumbled across a Instagram page of some of those guys, the red pill people, and they're constantly making fun of other men who are in relationships who don't seem to have all the power. Sure, let's like beat up on men who are happy in a relationship. It's just kind of silly. But these groups make them feel like they belong, like they have a like-minded crew, right, to hang with, who will then become an echo chamber for them. So if you know anybody who is starting to feel some of these feelings and having some of these thoughts, I encourage you to jump in before they are completely in that echo chamber that feeds them the same information over and over again and could lead them into extremism, which is hate towards women. It's an easy leap from women are threatening my stature as a man to women and minorities are threatening my stature as a white man. So be aware of where that could be leading these people and who you may be talking to. But, you know, I'm always a reach out, put a hand out, and share a positive story with people. And, you know, they tell me I'm crazy and that all women are bitches and women are only out there because they want money, they want power, they're going to use these guys. They don't appreciate masculinity, they want to be the man. There's a whole story about women, and you know what the problem is? And really, this is my point of the whole episode. It's taken me a while to get here, I realize. I wanted to make you aware that they're out there and you may bump into somebody like this. But I think what the point is here is that sweeping generalizations help nobody. I really try to avoid that here on my channel. I try to, even in my comment section, try to stop people from saying all women do this or all men feel like that, or this conversation was bullshit because it's not what men think. You may not think that, but you're one man. I talk to dozens and dozens of men every week, so you cannot speak for them. And this group of men who are feeling the power of being in a group, you may be speaking for your group, but I guarantee you that what your experience is can be the total opposite of what other people are living. People live their own realities. You have to choose your reality. And I always choose to understand that everybody's different and to not clump everybody into one group and think that I understand them because I've seen others like them. So I encourage you, I suppose, to just really try to remember that we are all individuals with different stories and different experiences that lead us to have a certain set of beliefs. That doesn't make it right, though. That doesn't make it universal. It just means it's one person's experience. Somebody else could be living the complete opposite of that. While I try to give a little grace in the comment section with a little bit of education, I encourage you, if you bump into these people, to avoid dating them for sure, because I think they've got a lot of work to do to be in a healthy place to date a woman and feel a generosity and a caring nature towards a woman. But I think we should really try to be kind to everybody. So if you bump into a person like that, maybe just try to help them to understand that it's a generalization that they've bought into and everybody's different. That's my thoughts on that. And I will probably continue to comment back when those people leave messages in my comment section until I just find it too dull and redundant. And then, of course, I'll just stop because I'm not going to waste my time on somebody who is very small-minded. I hope you found this helpful. And if you did, give the episode a thumbs up. And if you are there and feel like hitting that subscribe button, that would be amazing because it really helps me out a lot and I'd appreciate it. I look forward to seeing you back here again soon. And until then, have a good one.